There's a lot of spruiking going on.
I don't think they've got. I think they've recruited players who aren't really of that nature. Rowell and Anderson and those guys, Miller. I don't think that's how they roll.
And the Giants are on the table.
They are. So they're always an interesting proposition. I've got a lot of respect for the Giants.
Let's get the poop out of
it. Was a bit loud. I've got a lot of respect for them, and their ceiling for me. There does feel a ceiling on the group. There does absolutely feel a ceiling on the group. Now, when I've been assessing the clubs, I've been trying to think about the best or close enough to the best case scenario from an injury standpoint. But this club gets injured every year.
Yes.
This club gets key injuries every single year. Jesse Hogan limped to the finishing line last year. Mm-hmm. Brent Daniels, one of their more important players, wasn't there. Josh Kelly is injured and remains injured, and they tell me his hip is mightn't play.
Never to be seen again.
Well, I don't want to say that because it's unfair. I don't know enough. But this year is in jeopardy, I believe, or a lot of this year. So they just continually get injuries to key personnel. Callum Ward they lost, who was playing a really key role for them on the wing. So can they, to reach their ceiling, can they finally remain healthy for a season? I know their head of fitness. He was the head of fitness in Adelaide. He's the most detailed individual I've ever come across. So for whatever reason, something
not his fault
going wrong. I don't think they're a top 4 team. The losses of Cumming and Peatling and Perryman have just hurt their depth, and we're still waiting to work out which of the young guys have been exposed to the level will be able to play those roles to that same level, or maybe even 5% higher, because they're yet to win a grand final.
That's true.
So the ceiling for me on them is the second week of September.
Okay.
I think they can make the second week of the finals,
semis,
but I don't know they can win a prelim or a grand final. For me, the floor is a slide. It's not a free fall, but it could be a slide. It could be a slide because the backline held them together a lot of times last year.
Yep.
Sam Taylor and Buckley and those guys down back, they were sensational. They get a lot of run from Ash and Whitfield as well. I just want to know from a game style perspective, is there a middle gear? It feels like when they can get their run and gun happening with Callaghan and Ash and Whitfield and these guys, they look fantastic. Yep. And a couple of times a year, they'll look like the best team in it.
Yep.
But they don't seem to have an amber, a middle gear, just to be able to. They don't have 80 kilometres per hour. They've only got 100 or 40. Or they're stuck in a school zone or they're on the freeway. Can we get
We need just a regulation sort of suburban sort of drive.
Can we get an 80 kilometres per hour? That'll be interesting. Can they attack in a manner that doesn't leave their defence vulnerable? Because they have got a good defence.
Speed on the ball, you mean?
Is there too much?
Too much speed on the ball
for them.
So you'd prefer to see
defend it
a bit more defend with ball in hand, sort of Geelong 2022
not quite
style?
That style, because even Geelong identified you've got to shift away from that.
Yeah.
But not necessarily needing to be flat out. It doesn't need to be flat out all the time.
Okay, so tempo control is an area of improvement. RFI.
So maybe upping their uncontested mark numbers.
Yeah.
I'd have to go and have a look. They might have good numbers already, but getting their uncontested, because Brisbane have that. Brisbane can go flat out when they want to, but they can also kick it around and mark you to death.
Yep.
And that's important. Geelong are the same. I think that's an element of the game that Gold Coast tried to get better at in the second half of the year.
So it can't just all be flat out rip it or bust.
Yes. Can't be. So the floor for me would be 12th.
Okay. Oh, that's still the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean by a slide. Could it be, because if Jesse Hogan can't get back physically, if Daniels has his issues and there's queries on him, if Josh Kelly's not there, Cal Ward's not there, a lot gets left to Taylor and Buckley down back.
Well, Taylor's another one that needs to play 20 games.
That's right. A lot gets left to Tom Green and one or two, and Callaghan in the middle. Briggs' season was weird. He was beaten a lot. They benched him a few times in game.
Yep.
Played Harry Himmelberg and others in the ruck.
So what of the Oliver factor?
Need to see it. Don't know. Like there has to be genuine query on whether the best version of Clayton Oliver still resides inside Clayton Oliver.
Yep.
Like, is he now just the player that we watched last year, or is he reinvigorated by a new environment? I hope he's reinvigorated because he is a really good and fun player to watch. He was always someone we talked about, his ability to go and play as an inside mid for 18 minutes and get from contest to contest. A pretty rare skill set.
So here's their the teams they played twice. Hawthorn, Gold Coast, Sydney.
Hawthorn and Tassie, I presume.
I'll take your word for that. It's where they normally play them, isn't it? That's right. St Kilda, Essendon, and West Coast. It's not bad.
They play Hawthorn in Melbourne.
Fourth easiest according to the Boffins, the draw.
Yeah, well, that's a factor. And
First 4 weeks are Hawthorn at home, Bulldogs away, St Kilda at home, Collingwood away.
Full disclosure, I haven't really factored in fixture that much.
Yep.
I factored it in with a team like Adelaide, who go from one of the easiest to one of the hardest, because that's a significant element. But I am someone who subscribes to what does the team look like when you face them versus what does it all look like on paper at the start of the year, because we know how much movement's in the ladder.
Yep. Well, it was 16 wins for them last year. Sorry, not last week. 16 wins for them last year, and 12th was 9 wins. So that would be a big drop.
They're a really good club. I got a lot of admiration for them. I think that they travel more than anyone. They get on planes, some of it by their own choice, going to Canberra. But they recruit players from specific areas because the Melbourne kids leave them. So I've got a lot of respect for them, and they've done a great job thus far. But it wouldn't surprise me if they did have a dip.
Let's have a look at the Hawks for season 2020.